I think most people thought, okay, it's another Digimon game. It's just going to be collecting them, a story that paces you out, then you finish it. But I think most people are genuinely shocked, and new players to the game are going, what the hell is this? This is
good. This is what I want. This is what Pokemon should be doing. Hello and welcome back to a brand new episode of everyone's favorite podcast, the Critical Arcade Podcast. I'm your co-host, Nick.
And I'm Dave.
Hello, Dave.
Hello, Nick, you well?
Yes, I'm quite well. You know that there is a certain game or a certain franchise that the list loves to give us.
Yeah, there. I don't know why it loves to give us this game. I have a feeling it's because the list is sentient and kind of like AI to some degree. Not the bad AI. We made it ourselves, and it gives you these games to kind of just show you where it's kind of like leading. Is it going to become a creature? Is it become some sort of omnipotent digital god?
Ooh.
I feel like it's like a foreshadowing event. It keeps sending these games to us.
That the list is going to turn into Agumon.
Yes, it's going to. Please, Pokemon. The list doesn't give us Pokemon. You know that. Pokemon would just be too. It did it once, I believe, with Violet and Scarlet. Was it that one?
Violet and Scarlet, we played it because it was a new release. The only Pokemon it gave us naturally was Legends Arceus.
Okay, that makes sense. But no, this list, all hail the list, does definitely have a bias to the other contender, kind of, in the Pokemon sphere of monsters and stuff like that, right? It's kind of like the original combatants, kind of like the Christina Aguilera to Britney Spears, right?
Whoa!
Right? That's kind of for some reason the first example of the same relationship. I'm sure everybody's probably guessed by now. This week's game is Digimon Story Time Stranger.
Yep, which is the fourth Digimon game that we're reviewing.
Statistically, with our list, that's kind of like winning the lottery in regards to like Digimon games. It just shouldn't have happened. But either way, it has an agenda.
Ladies and gents, our list has 2,500 games on it, and it pulls one randomly. We are now on episode 126, and we have had 4 Digimon games. Statistically, Dave's right. It's like winning the lotto for this franchise. Right?
Not one Final Fantasy game yet. Am I right?
No, not one.
That's crazy. Like I'm biting at the bit right now just for a Final Fantasy game, but no, we get Digimon. That said, not that bad.
Right? It's like we've had this. The list has shown us how Digimon has grown. Yes. The very first episode was Digimon World 1. Digimon World.
1. that was it. Yeah,
that's the title.
Yeah,
Digimon World.
Yeah.
What an absolute hunk of crap.
Yeah, that's a hard one to get your teeth in, especially with today's gaming and the ease that we have now. That game was.
That game was not
tough.
good.
It was slow. It was pacing.
It was bad. If you liked it, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, well, it's got a lot of nostalgia for a lot of people.
I think that's what it is. Just a load of nostalgia holes. Yeah. Try playing that game now. It's not.
It's tough.
Yeah. Anyway, and then Digimon World 3, which improved quite a lot, but it's still a PlayStation 1 game.
That's right. It's still kind of rough.
It's still kind of rough, but it was getting there. And then we had a big leap, and then we went to Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory. Okay,
that's like the second in the new ones, right? Because it was Digimon Cyber Sleuth.
Yes,
then Hacker's Memory.
Yes. We had Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth.
Yeah.
And then this little spin-off Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory.
Yeah, that's right. It wasn't bad. Yeah.
No, it wasn't. I was taken aback by this story. I just thought you're this little skinny dude who does some investigative work on the digital world. But no, it's the end of the world
For some reason, Digimon games, and the animators to some degree as well, it always goes, just like most Japanese RPGs, like Persona and stuff like that, it just goes so insane near the end.
Yeah.
It's not just friendship and Digimon that bond and you get more powerful.
Well, that too.
It's the end of the world. It's gods clashing with other gods, and you're a little 12-year-old who has to use the power of love to stop everything and bring balance.
Because that's the only thing that can stop it.
Of course.
The power of friendship.
Yeah, teenagers' friendship. That's it. That's the strongest bond in the world, it would seem.
It's definitely entertaining.
It is.
But anyway, so after we had Hacker's Memory, this time around, we got the privilege of reviewing the brand new release, Digimon Story Time Stranger. And we do have to say, we got the code from Bandai Namco. So thank you very much, Bandai.
Yeah, you gotta love it. At least they send love out to people, try to get the word out.
Yeah.
Pokemon still waiting. Pokemon, come on! But this is the most popular podcast on the internet right now.
It is
in regards to gaming.
So I think our journey with Digimon has been. It feels like this linear journey from going from the very worst to what feels like some of the very best.
It's almost like it digivolved. Right? You see what I did there? Did you see what I did there? Right?
Like
in-game slang. See? I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And this was made by the same company that made the other, the latest Digimon games, the Cyber Sleuth and Hacker's Memory, Mediavision. They're also kind of well known for doing a series of games called the Valkyria games. I know I've mentioned to you before. They're kind of like how do you explain those? They're kind of hand-drawn, art-based kind of war strategy games where you take a first-person perspective of the units.
Valkyria Chronicles.
Yes, all those. I know there's a few of them, but they do all those games too, which are actually quite good games too in their own right. I enjoy those as well.
I mean, if any studio can stay in business by making games, it has to be good.
Yeah, I agreed. And they've been going for kind of a long time now, by all accounts. They also did Wild Arms, which is kind of a really old JRPG from the PlayStation 1 era. So they have actually been going around for over 20 years or so, which, like you said, means they're doing something right, by all accounts.
Yes.
And of course, like you said, this is produced by Bandai, which produces pretty much everything to some degree now. Dark Souls, Digimon, Dragon Ball Z.
They've got quite a lot going on.
Yeah, and no one, I don't think anyone hasn't played a Bandai game in some degree or form in their gaming career.
Yeah.
And they seem to still be doing it well. We got a brand new Digimon. It's got 553 Digimon in it.
What?
Right, yeah, it has.
Wait, 553 Digimon in this game?
I can't read. Sorry, it's 453. Sorry.
Still?
Right? That's so many. Whoa. Do you know how many there are in total, Digimon? I didn't know this. Over 1,200. Sorry, I got that. 1,200. And I don't recognise half. I used to watch Digimon, the series, as a kid. I remember Tai, I think. I don't know his name. Actually, it might not be Tai. I remember Agumon and Gabumon and the little bug one and the little plant one and
Wormmon.
Cat. Wormmon's not the plant. Wormmon's actually kind of cool, and that was in a Digimon season 2 or 3. I forget. Yeah. Because he turns into Stingmon, who then turns into something else cool. I liked Wormmon. But yeah, I don't know half the Digimon anymore, and it's kind of one of the weird thrills of playing this game to some degree. It's just
finding what you're going to get.
Yeah, and just see what kind of insane evolution or devolution, Digivolution that he turns into. It is quite fun.
Because that was that was something about this game that I didn't think I would enjoy as much as I did. That was the Digivolution system.
Yes.
But before we continue on, I just have a question that I think I and many listeners are thinking as well. Do you think it's fair to compare Digimon to Pokemon?
Yes, I actually do think it is.
Do you think we should?
Yes. I was playing this game, and I was playing this game thinking this is, unironically, this is what Pokemon should be doing. This story, just the game mechanics becoming smoother, it evolving, things like that. I would kill for a Pokemon game that did half the stuff this did.
Yeah.
Because we all grew up with Pokemon to some degree in our lives. And Digimon did release quite close to the original release of Pokemon. It really was the Christina Aguilera. I remember it coming out and it didn't get much steam, but it held on. It really did. Pokemon was big
It was, yes. But unlike Pokemon, Digimon had a bit of an identity crisis.
Yes, that's true. I agree. Yes, no doubt. Just Pokemon with guns. People didn't, even today, people didn't like Digimon because of the weirdly adult nature of their armaments and stuff like that. And of course, you got a Jigglypuff, then you compare it to a Gundramon, which is... I don't know, I wrote this down because Gundramon was the most insane... When you hear Pokemon with guns, Gundramon is just a dragon that's covered in guns.
Let me see here, let me Google this.
I love the idea they were like, well, people are saying it's Pokemon with guns.
Holy crap, you're right.
So let's go really hardcore into it and make one that's just guns.
You're right, that's all this is. This is just a big metal Digimon covered in guns.
I so hope that is just kind of like point the finger and stick out your tongue at all those people saying, yeah, it's just Pokemon. And they just made a Digimon with guns that is just purely just guns. And for some reason, his attacks are German. Which I don't know why that... one of its attacks is called Der Blitz or Disblitz, and the other one is also German, which is just weirdly... I don't know, you gotta kind of love that wacky nature of these types of games.
That is something that I think Digimon still does and Pokemon doesn't. Pokemon is...
No, I think you're right.
They're very much playing it safe.
Yes, I agree.
And I think them playing it safe and simple is what got its hooks in a lot of people, right?
Yes,
they don't really need to think.
Yes, agreed. That's very true. With Pokemon games now, you don't really have to think at all. By all accounts,
further than the weaknesses.
Yes. The
water beats fire. You don't need to think further than that.
That's very true. I think there's very little think work.
Yeah, and a level 30 is higher than a level 25.
Yes,
that's it.
Yes, and you could just grind out until it's level 100 and basically defeat anything anyway.
Yeah. So
there is not much there. But you're right, this game, again, it points at itself and laughs. I even think the narratively, if we want to just jump into narrative quickly, the fact that you're kind of a secret agent, but a really bad secret agent is just really quite
so funny.
It's so funny.
Great. I like it. Hell yeah. Please, can we not have this squeaky clean protagonist?
Right? And I love how she's like, no, I can't tell you about that. And everybody's like, oh yeah, I get it. Secret agent. And she's kind of like, yeah. Or I'm granted I chose the girl. Yeah, kind of. Yeah. And there's just a guy who's like, yeah, I used to be in the business too. So I know what you're talking about. Yeah. And there is it's so weird.
I know what you mean. There's this dialogue choice when your partner tells you over the phone, Inori and Agumon are Class A anomalies. They're tied to the end of the world. And then you go downstairs and they're talking about playing tag with some friends they met yesterday.
That's right.
And then you tell them, yeah, I'm going to tag along because you're Class A anomalies and you can cause the end of the world.
Yeah.
You tell them this in the game.
And every dramatic moment is always cut off with you sticking your hands to your ears going, oh, what? Wait a minute, secret message from my undercover agent person.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
It's so much fun. And it's so much fun. I love it.
Every single message that you get is exactly the same message fundamentally. Oh, this could be something to do with the big time something.
Yes.
Make sure you keep an eye on it. And every single chapter is the same thing.
Continue what you were doing before I interrupted you.
Yes. In our regards, it's a he. It's the opposite if you pick the guy. But he literally tells you just the same thing you're doing. Like you've stopped. And then, oh no, but continue being friends with them and evolving Digimon because it might be the key to the thing we were looking at the very beginning.
Yeah.
So keep at it. But it's kind of campy. It's
campy, it knows it, and it's great. I'm a big fan. This is a surprisingly heartfelt, and I'd say a well-structured story exploring time, identity, even memory. It's great.
Well, like you start off just like most of the Japanese RPGs. You get to choose a boy or a girl.
Yeah.
You then take on the role of a kind of like even mysterious for now, kind of undercover agent who's trying to stop a catastrophe or a big bad. Sorry, I can't say words. A big bad happening in the middle of Shinjuku area in Tokyo. and you're trying to ascertain kind of how the event happened and why it happened, and you also went through the event where, let me just point out, a massive golden fist comes through the sky to smack a Pokemon in the face, which narratively was genius. I was getting lost in the source and climbing the building and narratively, and then this big, I thought, wow, somebody just smacked a Digimon. I'm in. Yeah. I'm all in now.
Yeah, totally. That got me. Yeah. That got me super intrigued. I got immersed. I thought, this is crazy. I'm on board. Not only does this big hand smack Digimon, there's an explosion. It almost feels like a nuke, and all of a sudden, you're in a different dimension. Right.
Kind of itching on every Digimon story to some degree. You always accidentally go to the Digimon world to some degree. Yeah. Or in this, like you said, there's kind of a third place in this narrative in regards to... It kind of had Persona vibes to it.
It did. Right? It did. We can get into that, because that I think is a nice little step forward.
Right, yeah, like ladies and gents, you get kind of like a, what do they call it? A hotel. Is it got a specific name? I can't remember. The theatre, sorry, of course. No, it's got...
The in-between theatre.
Which is a cool little, like, space in the time continuum in some regards, where everything stops or slows down, and they kind of know who you are, but you don't know who they are.
Yes.
And it's a clever thing later on. You know, initially, it's kind of visual, but storytelling, it kind of... You start off with a purpled hair little girl, right?
Yep.
Right? She takes you in, and she's kind of grown up for her size and all the other things. Later on in game, she's grown up, and you don't know why, and she doesn't tell you why.
Oh.
So in theory, time has passed in the little ripped bit of space we have here, which is, again, we're adding like an air of mystery and intrigue in a Digimon game. Like, whoa, what's going on here? It's like a episode of Doctor Who. I was like, what? And they just brush it off. She absolutely brushes it off and says there's, it must have been a different version of her in a different time space and stuff like that. And you go, what's going on in a Digimon game?
There are some games that do this where I feel nothing.
Yes, and lost.
Right? There are some games that does this and I think, okay, and...
Yes.
I feel nothing. But in a game like this, it truly got its hooks in me with the setup. And I think the campiness was done so well that when something like this truly intriguingly happens, I think, well, I need to play more. I need to get the answers.
Now we say this as 30-ish-year-old men, but Digimon is actually encroaching on death and loss. Yeah. And like you said, emotional baggage and getting past it. Even the one girl you follow lost her family in the possible event that you're trying to stop or help not happen. And then there's a I know this is going to sound really bizarre, but there's a Digimon that also digivolves into kind of a kid, which then she remembers
Digimon boy.
Now she gets emotionally torn up because it reminds her of her little brother and she's protective of him, and you're like, whoa, this is some layered narrative in a little Digimon game.
It deals with some complicated themes
here. It does.
Right? Little Agiamon, who's a boy, protects another boy from a Digimon attacking him.
That's right.
But in doing so, reveals that he's also a Digimon, and this boy kind of shuns and reveres Agiamon.
Yes, I know. Calls him a monster and runs away.
That's
and stuff like that.
Complicated topics to deal with in
little kids. Develops, without spoilers, that develops later in even to a big a mental problem for the poor young man, because he gets told his fate is a bit more grand than he was expecting, and he actually has problems dealing with that because he wants to protect both worlds, and he doesn't know if he's just Digimon. Should he just protect? He gets an existential crisis for a Digimon gets one. It's crazy.
So please tell me why this is selling 50 times less than the story where Team Rocket blasts off again.
Yeah, fundamentally it's marketing. I think it's all down to and like somebody pointed out the other day, Pokemon is potentially one of the highest individual earner companies in the world.
I'm not surprised.
The games, the cards, they got the merchandise, the plushies, the watches.
The merchandise. That's where the real money is. They sell the games in order to sell merch.
Oh, 100%. Hell, the TCG, it's just cardboard. It's just printed on cardboard.
Yes.
That must be like 10 cents a card, but they sell it for like $1 or whatever. I don't know.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's just printing money off this IP. But Digimon, again, has to kind of keep engagement or it will drop off, right?
Yeah.
If you pump out another Digimon World 1 and it's boring and stuff like that, no one will buy it and no one will talk about it, right? That's kind of the biggest loss. No one's talking about it under the miasma of Pokemon and Dark Souls games. It will get no light. But this game, if you look out there, most people are enjoying it.
Yes!
And I think it's partly because people have slowly stopped enjoying Pokemon games. I think it's kind of that needle push that are like, this is what we want.
That's long overdue. That needle push is long overdue. You've seen what happened this past week with Game Freak, right?
Yes, I did.
There was a big leak, which is unfortunate.
That's right.
These are projects by hardworking people and should not be kind of spoiled out open into the public.
Yeah.
But now that it's happened, I think we can kind of slightly talk about it, right?
Yeah, no doubt. Agreed. It is definitely out there now, and most people are talking about it. Some people even speculate that leaks are kind of a marketing scheme now, which...
I think in some cases it is. It's the company just, whoops, it's something accidentally leaked.
Yeah, because that gets more kind of traction than, re-released another trailer. Saying, no, leaked. Oh, no, we're going to chase them down to the end of the world. But, now everybody's seen it. It kind of gets more traction.
What I'm trying to get at is the reception to these Pokemon leaks have been very lukewarm. People are seeing that there are 3 Pokemon games coming. They're on their way. But people know the quality isn't going to be what it's supposed to be. So they're just going to say,
No, I agree entirely. And I hope it kind of goes that way. But as people pointed out, kids will just lap up fundamentally anything Pokemon related.
And parents will buy it.
I just hope that there's, like I say, there's 20, 30, 40-year-olds who are buying these Pokemon games too. I just hope that lapses, because that's got to be a degree of money. I give you not much in the longest run, but if they go down 5% than their normal sales, that should at least in a boardroom say, okay, we need to change the formula up a bit or something, because we lost to Digimon, hopefully. I'm hoping Digimon. Never going to happen, but I'd love Digimon just to win.
What happens to them, what happens to Call of Duty and Battlefield 6 now happens to them. I hope so.
Yeah, Call of Duty is supposed to be properly dropping off. Like, even their numbers of pre-orders are lower than they've ever been. Yeah, I kind of like that. And I love the idea that teenagers and younger people are also kind of recognizing that. Like, do we want another Call of Duty? Like,
no, we don't want the slop. We want good games. We want quality experience.
Exactly.
We don't just want Battlefield 6.
Yes. So he's hoping.
He's hoping, which is why you should play Digimon Story Time Strange. Excuse me, we got off narrative.
We did.
Way.
But by all accounts, this is one of those games, narratively, that you would tell someone who's never tried one to try this one, right? Because there's something in there that you would find that is a lot of fun. The narrative pulls you through the story enough. It slows down a bit here and there, but then it whacks you with a big emotional hit or big turbulent twist in the story that you may or may not see coming. I know my Digimon. Like you said, it's going to end in the world. There's going to be gods in play. There's going to be some sort of light versus dark aspect to it.
Before we started recording, you gave me a wild fact. Please tell the audience, how many hours in did you get
I was playing this game. I do it somewhat casually. I'm not like beelining the story. So I was getting to grips with it, getting used to the controls, kind of like the farming mechanic. And I'm well in. I'm a 4. I'm the 6th hour in. And then the 6th, say 6:20, I get the big thing happens, the big inevitable narrative that you go into the digital world in some degree, and then the title card comes up and says Digimon Story.
6.5 hours in.
I'd forgotten I hadn't seen the title card yet. Like, did I miss it at the beginning? And it pops up, and it pops up in a really good spot, like where it's just kind of showing you one of the main hub worlds, and it's full of life and stuff like that. It's really nicely done, to be honest.
Nice.
But
there was
6
thought.
hours.
There was thought put into that.
Yes, it really has had some nice, like a proper artistic touch to the storytelling and everything like that. So no, it's good. I think it's on. I really want this to do better. I just love a narrative with Digimon. Same. One year does better than Pokemon.
Also want, because this game deserves it.
It does. This game is good.
Yeah, the narrative I enjoyed because it balances, it's a nostalgia and maturity, right?
Yeah, no, that's right.
There's this nostalgic theme, like you said earlier. It is inevitably going to end up with gods fighting gods, and you need to stop them with the power of your Digimon and friendship, and only you can do it. And it's also quite mature, as we spoke about earlier. Some of the themes that they're dealing with in this game aren't really themes that little kids would even understand.
No, very true, very true. There was definitely some stuff written in there for adults to enjoy over the kids side of it.
Yeah, which never happens in Pokemon.
No, you're not wrong. Like, even Arceus, I don't really know how you say it. You know, that's the god of Pokemon that you're kind of dealing with there. But it's so light-handedly dealt with that this is the god of all Pokemon and more powerful than time and space itself. And it's like, let's kind of go catch it.
Ultra Ball.
Let's put it in a little ball so I can put it on my waist and like throw at other Pokemon so that I can beat them up. Yeah, you're right. There's no stakes. There's no actual like big narrative.
No, it just feels like getting the gym badges.
Yeah.
And fighting the Elite Four. And that's what it's been for 30 years.
Yeah, agreed. Anything else narratively you want to
the one thing, I think the pacing could be improved a slight bit. I got bored a bit. I'll touch upon that in gameplay as well.
Yeah.
And one thing that I do find that took me out of it a bit, you mentioned this earlier, was the wild differences in some of these Digimon. Maybe like this fits better in visuals, but some of them look like little balls of clay.
Nice, yeah.
And some of them look like WWE wrestlers in armor.
I wrote down this and I was like, okay, I remember the original generation of Digimon, and I know that like the humans went into the digital world and vice versa. And all I could think playing this game, I was like, what did the humans do in the Digimon world? Because so many of the Digimon are kind of human now. Like, what were we doing behind the scenes?
Where this line is getting a bit blurry,
right? There's like what you got the Agiomon, who's the little boy, right?
So and that's a new Digimon. So they're very aware of the fact that Digimon look human.
Yes, exactly. And later on, all the town leaders are humanoid. There's one with 6 like robotic arms, but he's a human. The main hub brand has got a human face, but like a wolf head. There's even a big round balls like wrestler man with like armpit hair and like a bad hairdo, which is a Digimon. What have humans been doing in the Digimon world? I get it's Anju Woman's fault. It is Anju Woman's fault. Like, just we all know it's her fault. We know why she's a popular Digimon. But it's weird. I have bumped into so many humanoid Digimon, which they're kind of cool, but I kind of like it when they were just big, I don't know, dinosaurs
creatures?
Or cool friggin' wolves and stuff like that, right?
I get what you mean. I also kind of prefer that.
Yeah, so do I.
But
it's like, it always reminds me of in Pokemon, one of the games, there's a guy locked up in like the Nurse Jenny, or no, Policeman Jenny, I can't remember her name, jail.
Officer.
And his line is that if you had a Gardevoir yourself, you would have done it. which is a crazy line for like a
that's a crazy thing to say.
A PG game, but that again, I'll give you, Digimon is kind of unapologetically, yes, we're not Pokemon. That's why we have
exactly.
Digimon
and
with figures and
I really feel like the past, let's say 10 years, Digimon has been quite proud.
Yes.
To not be Pokemon.
Yes, agreed. I think so. Yes, they
should have done that earlier. They shouldn't have done that just in the past 10 years. But much earlier than that, they should have been proud to be Digimon.
But it's got to be. But when they came into that competitive market, they knew they were going to be touted as the next Pokemon. It's going to be very hard to be like the next Pokemon, but we're not. So I get they kind of rode the wave a bit, and then, like you said, slowly started to develop their own style of like
exactly. But there was a time where the wave ended, and they didn't know what their style was.
Yeah, no, agreed. Some of it does get a bit lost in the sauce.
Yes,
even some of the I keep saying Pokemon. Some of the Digimon are just the same Digimon but different colored.
Yes,
it's not like the biggest like artistic jump to be. Now, granted, I know the anime had a black Agumon and a black Gabumon, I believe, but now you get like an orange cog and a grey cog, and you get I don't know the name, icy little robot dude and a grey little robot fella.
Yeah.
And then they, like you said, when it comes to Digivolution, sometimes they'll go dinosaur, 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 bird, and you're like, whoa, where's my big dinosaur? Just because they're kind of fitting all the Digimon into like one space and as many as you can, their Digi-evolution trees kind of get a tad bizarre sometimes. Like, how did my plant evolve into like an android? Like, where'd that jump from?
Yeah.
But then again, visually,
I felt that.
A lot of them do kind of look badass. I'm not gonna lie. Some of them
They do. We're gonna segue into visuals, but I think most of the Digimon designs look fantastic.
Yes. Did you?
Right. They're full of charm and detail, and I like it.
And you got the exclusive Agumon and Gabumon, right? Did you evolve those at all?
I did, and I got my Agumon Bond of Bravery and Gabumon as well. I was stunned.
Those are cool looking Digimon. I don't know where they're from. I've never seen them before, but I was like, damn.
I was stunned.
Cool looking beasts.
Because I've got this little dinosaur buddy and this wolf creature, and now all of a sudden they've digivolved into Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, getting those two kind of cracks the game entirely because they just stay.
It does. I wrote this down in gameplay. Having Bond of Bravery, Agumon, and Gabumon makes this game way too easy.
Yeah, it is. If you're ever having a frustration moment, you just swap those two boys in. They just clean up.
Easy.
Easy.
That's the win button. Really right there.
But I get it. They look badass,
visuals.
and I look forward. Like you said, playing this game, I look forward to seeing the mega evolutions or devolutions. I think it's the last one, and I know there's other ones where there's burst mode and destroyer mode and chaos mode. So actually,
my goodness,
it's actually pretty in depth, and they all look pretty sweet. I love the idea. They were like, okay, let's turn this bat, and then let's evolve him into this guy, this mummy, and then when he evolves from a mummy, he's actually this cool dude who rides a motorbike and has 2 shotguns.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
It's just like grown-ups doing Pokemon design. Like, let's make him a badass, like Terminator, and make him a Digimon.
But that's Digimon. A lot of people are so used to what Pokemon's doing.
Yes.
The single linear evolution with keeping the same kind of theme across the entire evolution line.
Yes.
What Digimon's doing feels so out of left field.
Yeah, and it keeps you guessing. Like, it
really does.
And did you see that, you may not notice that they use do you notice in the card game and some of the menus, they actually use the little sprites of the Digimon?
Yes.
That you got in the old DS games and
I
stuff
saw
like that. Because, I know, that's such a cool little
that's great.
nod back.
It really, it's really great when a game can kind of reference its own history and reuse it.
Exactly. I think that's very cool, especially for the older gamers like ourselves.
Exactly. I think that's a lot of fun.
And it's got all those other things that people out there enjoy. It's got cosmetic outfits. It's got fun. You get to shoot Digimon. That's new. And again, one thing that Pokemon only just started doing, but fully fleshed attacks, like big. Each 453 Digimon have a fleshed out animation for their main attack.
Yeah.
The Pepper Breath and the Arrows of Sunshine and all this has a on like little sequence. Now, luckily you can speed through it if you get bored of them, because that's later in the game. But that's kind of a nice little addition. Somebody took time to animate each one of them. And they're kind of cool.
To add on that, each Digimon has a little victory animation.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, I got Ramon, kind of a big sludgy metal thing, kind of early on, and he's so happy when he wins. He's like the muck of Digimon fundamentally, but you cannot smile when you see him just wiggle with joy after he's knocked down. And it's endearing, the little bits of artistry, and again, it's pretty clean artwork. It's all straight lines, popping colors, all the things you want in such a game.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
It's actually surprising. It's weird to say it. It's
agreed. I didn't know I was going to enjoy this as much as I do.
But I think most people thought that. I think most people thought, okay, it's another Digimon game. It's just going to be collecting them, a story that paces you out, then you finish it. But I think most people are genuinely shocked, and new players to the game are going, what the hell is this? This is
good. This is what I want. This is what Pokemon should be doing.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm gonna stick to that statement. Pokemon's not gonna do it. Let me add.
No, they're not gonna do it. But it's what they
should be doing. And it was fun because there's like an in-game card game here too.
Yeah.
Those images on the card game itself are actually the original images of the original TCG game, right?
Yep.
Which is a fun little nostalgic hit back to the day as well, which I thought was a lot of fun. As well as the Digivices you play it on and stuff like that, the middle games. There's a lot of nods back to the anime and the old nature of Digimon games. No, and then it's over 25 years old or something like that. It's been going on a really long time.
I'm glad Digimon's kind of hitting its stride.
Yes, so do I. Like I said, anything that competes against Pokemon kind of makes me smile in just one little way. I still play Pokemon, but I still like to see some competition.
Before we finish up with visuals, I just have one last question.
Go on.
Did you like the designs for the two protagonists?
That's a tough one. No. I didn't like the guy. I don't like... This is such a dumb reason, but I don't like that they have character designs that have like stiff outfits. Like he has a red scarf that doesn't move.
Oh, it's just sticking in the air the entire time.
And that kind of just really, because everything else is so polished, all you see is this super starched, I know he just looked too genetically anime protagonist looking. I like the girl. The girl looked friendly and nicer and kind of like calmer. So I chose the girl.
What's her name? Kanan?
Yes. I never, but I always change the names.
It's Dan and Kanan. I also very much liked the female protagonist, or Type B as the game calls it. I liked her design way more than I did the male design.
Yeah. I don't know why.
It was so much more fun.
Yeah, it just fits better. He looks too, I don't know, like I say, generic anime protagonist look.
Yeah.
But, and I also kind of find his voice actor kind of annoying too. So I'm kind of glad. Yeah. Which is sad because the female voice actor is actually quite nice.
We can use that to jump into audio because whatever protagonist you choose, the other one becomes your agent who's talking over the phone constantly.
That's right. It's talking to you all the time.
And you never hear your own voice because for some reason, I don't know why Japan keeps doing this.
Yeah, they say
the playable character is still mute. Why?
I hate
why?
It. They say it. Their website literally says so that you can project your own self and image onto it.
But that's
and I'm like,
dumb.
No, because she goes through the movements of talking herself. Like, she moves her hands and stuff like that all the time.
Just add a voice.
It's so annoying because there is a voice actress. If she's talking
There
to
is.
the other guy, then
Yes,
there
there
is a
is.
voice actress. Let her voice you. It's
So,
such
yes.
a weird thing to do.
Ladies and gents, Dave is right. You get to pick your dialogue and then watch as your main character just moves her mouth
I hate
in
it.
silence.
Yeah, and shrugs and kind of
And
like
shrugs.
and does all the body
that's
movements.
Stupid.
I hate that. I know it's so jarring because some of the moments are so like extreme, and you're sympathizing or getting like a call to action, but it's mute. Everybody else is talking, but you are
Everybody
mute.
else is talking. I was so taken back by how much
Right?
voice acting there is in this
Yeah.
game.
The
Except
Digimon
for
talk.
the most important one.
Yeah, that's such a weird. Did the Digimon talk in the other one? Am I going mad? Because all
can't
the
remember
Digimon kind of
at
talk
all.
in this.
I can't
swear
remember
the other
at
ones,
all.
it's all just text. You just read it. I might be off on that.
I think you're right. I think that is. I don't remember in Hacker's memory the Digimon talking, or even other people talking as much as they do in here.
Exactly. This every little side quest has a talking aspect to it.
Yeah.
There's a few bits that are just text based, which is kind of goes with the normalcy in these games.
Yeah.
But they talk and they shout out like their attacks, like the anime used to. So Agumon does go pepper breath and goes
Yeah, and Gabumon goes blue blaster.
right, and it's
great.
cheesy and
It's
kind
great.
of campy, but it is a real nice like nod back to the old TV times where they used to do that, and
that's
they
good.
all do it. They all say their attacks. It's such a cool little bit. One thing, I don't know. Granted, you are the audio man, but there was one song in this which I literally went there and left my PlayStation running whilst playing the game because it was such a great little tune, which is out of nowhere. I'm like, wow, this is great. Can you guess which song I'm talking about?
I don't know which song it is, but I did the exact same thing for the music playing in your flat.
Oh no! In the Paradox Hotel.
Yes.
The music in there is amazing.
The Paradox Hotel or the In Between Theater.
Yeah. Sorry, yes, the in between theater place. Sorry, yeah, I wrote. That piano.
The
that
piano
mysterious.
And you're absolutely right when you mentioned earlier that they are taking some notes out of Persona's book because
Yes.
they've got what's it called, the Velvet Lounge.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. Something like that. Remember names better than I do.
And
but yes,
they are taking the song. Oh, come on, the Aria of the Soul. Is that what it's called?
that's right. That does ring a bell. Yes, I think that is it. Yes, that's right.
I think they're taking so many notes from Persona.
Yeah.
And it's working.
Oh, that place
It's good.
again. It's one. If I use weird times, I'm not a musician or anything like Nick is over there. But when you go into this hotel and it's a space caught in time. Theatre. Sorry, it looks like a hotel. I've obviously not been to a theatre much. It looks like you go into the theatre and it's stuck in time, and you got a mysterious purple like girl telling you about stuff. But it plays this music, which is so weirdly mysterious and kind of like lonely and isolating. Good. Oh, it's such a good matchup. Like Digimon has no right to do this so well.
No.
Like what's going on? I love that. I love that song.
If Bandai and whoever made this, I can't remember what the studio's name is, if they manage to make something at this quality, at Time Stranger's quality, if they do this a couple more times,
yeah, right, I agree.
Digimon's gonna enter just a new phase.
I kind of hope it does. I really
hope it does because this is good. The visuals, the narrative, the audio, it is good.
And I know that there's kind of the TCG is still going. And I know that they've just started doing booster boxes of Cyber Eden, which is the Cyber Sleuth kind of world, Hacker's Memory, and they're releasing a set of booster cards to go along with this game. So they're kind of putting money into the old IUP, like kind of hard.
They should.
I'm happy with it. I'm happy for more Digimon games. Maybe not so many worlds and not so many rumbles. They're weird.
I don't know. I think
Digimon game.
I think we've had loads of Digimon Story games the past couple of years.
It's true. That is true.
And the narrative takes precedent in those games.
Oh, there was one that was like an audio book, not an audio, a visual book as well, wasn't there? Survive. Digimon Survive came out. That was just a visual kind of tactics type game.
Oh,
but
nice.
It was all just mainly a visual book where people would talk and you would go yes, no, and maybe to the
know what?
But you're right, they have been narrative heavy.
I think with the Digivolution system they've got over here, and if they kind of reboot the Digimon World franchise, they should have their Breath of the Wild moment where they reinvent the whole sandbox aspect.
Yes.
They just drop you in this world. Yeah. They give you tools, and they tell you, go defeat the big bad guy.
Kind of like
take your time, do it as you wish.
Kind of like a Pal World type thing, right? But in regards to Digimon and less enslavement work can be type scenario.
Yes.
No, I agree. Like I said, I'm glad they're throwing money at it because I think everyone would kind of like to see where this goes because and again there's
especially now
a Digimon series coming out on the cusp of coming out or something very soon, which is again supposed to be kind of a gritty adult look. So I feel like there is potentially a wave of like Digimon positive like energy coming across because they're making good TCG, good game, good series.
Great.
Right? There really could be a big fan type
and they're
influx.
using, and I really hope that they are kind of inadvertently using this dip that Pokemon is taking to their advantage.
Yes, agreed. It is a dip. Yeah, I agree. I hope so too. Somebody be so smart if that's their marketing play. They've seen Pokemon dip and now they've decided to go kind of all in.
Yes.
That would be great to see. There's no doubt.
It would.
Anything else about the audio, Mr. Audio Man?
No, I just think out of everything, the voice acting is really good.
It is actually,
and also missing the most important central aspect.
It's like, ladies and gents, you can't believe it until you actually play it. It is so... Because sometimes there'll just be scenes, even like Minervamon, or what the hell her name is,
Minervamon.
And the egg's
She doesn't
gone
talk
missing.
very good, but she talks.
No. And there's a mysterious creature, and you're the egg stealer, and then your part comes up, and it's just silence, and you move. And then they go, lips. "Oh no, what's going on?" It's like your internet lagged or something in game. You're like, "What just happened? What?" It is jarring. It's so unfortunate.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to gameplay then.
Gameplay. So
I've played a lot of these games, so a lot of it I kind of know, but I was wondering how well it came across to you.
So the only Digimon games I've played were the ones that we've played for the podcast.
Yes, yeah.
Digimon World 3, and Hacker's Memory Cyber Sleuth.
Yeah.
I remember kind of digging Cyber Sleuth.
Can you remember the island mechanic and kind of like breeding your Digimon from there type thing, right?
Oh, the Digifarm.
Yes, that's right. Sorry, the Digifarm.
Was there a Digifarm in Cyber Sleuth?
Yeah, there was. There's a Digifarm in all three of them.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, again, I've played the DS games, which also had Digifarming in it, so a lot of the things I know from those games just transfer across, and I did it naturally. But I must admit, playing this, one thing about this game that I played, and the Digifarm aspect of it, was it explained to us? Did I miss the tutorial?
No. You know, I think we had like 2 flashcards of Digifarm, and that's it.
Yeah, I like I said, I know this system quite well, and the putting 30 Digimon into the Digimon World thing, and then they don't do anything, and then you individually add training things for each one.
Yeah.
And then you've got to individually go to each one to see what the progression was, and then make them train again. I'm thinking, I feel like I'm doing it wrong. And you can feed them, but it doesn't really explain as to why.
No, it
you
doesn't.
Can feed
it didn't
them.
explain it to me either. And each time that all of them would end their training, a purple hair girl would send you a separate message on your Digivice
for each one.
For each one. So if you had 30 Digimon training,
here are
30 messages from the same person saying the same thing.
And if you wanted them to retrain using that thing, you had to go to each one and reply, yes. I was thinking, is there not a select all? I was looking for a select all so many times. Like, can I not group them?
That's a little quality of life improvement that I would have.
I must admit, the farming on this was kind of annoying. It was kind of
It was. And also optional.
Yes, you can do it. It is the fastest way to fill out your Digidex.
And get the most optimal Digivolution trees. Yes.
But you can do it the hard way, the old-fashioned grind on your turn-based.
Yeah.
What do you think? I think that, like we said, there's so much easement of play. What do they call it? Just being able to speed up battles. Quality of life improvements. That's it. To be able to speed up battles if you're doing the grind 5 times, and auto do it if you know it's not one you're going to lose.
And you can do it whenever, not only on your turn.
And they've even got that system where, it's not one of those you just if you want to just switch off and just do it 60 times. There's actually an active time event type thing to some attacks if you get lucky, right? Because there's a little press X now for an extra attack, or a poison effect, or a healing wave that comes across you, which can be quite pinnacle in some of the boss fights.
Yeah.
And even rare Digimon that kind of pop up like 1 in 100, and if you knock them out first before they run away, you'll get extra XP and all the other. So it kind of keeps you kind of engaged in the turn-based stuff.
Yes. I'll tell you one thing that disengaged me.
Go on.
That was having the bond of bravery Agumon and Gabumon.
It's just such a cheat.
We got this because we were privileged enough to be very graciously given the Ultimate Edition, and we got Agumon and Gabumon as items because of it. Yeah. And it's so unfortunate that if you level them up a couple of times, they break the game.
Yeah, they are so strong. I got them to level 18, which is kind of their default max.
Yeah.
And when I was taking on, later on you take on like a Sharkmon, which is a big shark. Let me point out, ladies and gents, some of their boss fights are actually kind of hard. I didn't want to do the Agumon Gabumon route. I wanted to try raise my own, do it the old-fashioned way, right, with elbow grease and spit and gristle.
Yes.
But some of the fights can get so like kind of stacked against you. He could attack 3 times. He had 2 little turtle fellas that could aggro you and taunt you so you couldn't attack him whilst he was charging up his super, which would wipe you out.
Yeah.
So some of these boss fights, Parrotmon, they kind of like own you if you don't actually strategize for them, which is kind of cool.
Which is good. Which is right? what it's like supposed to be.
Yes. But if you do have Agumon or Gabumon, I had those 2 boys going at the front, and the same attack that would wipe out my team was doing 12. It was doing 12 damage on someone who had 2,000 life.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh, this is easy now.
They digivolve quite early into their like ultimate forms.
They really do. And they do crack the game.
Yeah, they did. And it made the combat fall slightly flat, which is, you could also say, my own fault.
It is, yeah. You could choose to do it the hard way. But we got a review to do, so we kind of had to get through things quite quickly. We don't have the most time to just relax on our laurels and just slowly do it. So I get it.
Besides that, I'd say the turn-based combat is reliable, easy to grasp, formulaic, but that's what people like from turn-based combat.
Yeah, and you slowly get your digi data each time you bump into a Digimon. So once you get 200%, you can convert it. Lots of like the collection things all there if you want to collect all your Digimon. I swear to you, I do not know how to play the mini card game. I know we got 2 more.
I didn't even try.
2 little like sheets telling you how to play it. And I played it because I figured I might get some Digimon out of it or something.
Yeah.
And all I've been doing is like, okay, that one. And then for some reason, my level 2 something would destroy a level 6 something, and I have no idea why. But I'm like, all right, I win.
I'll take it.
There's no real depth to that game whatsoever. Like I've been doing it, but it's not. I guess I'm too used to Final Fantasies type level of card games they add to it. This one is just a reminder there was a TCG and look at that pretty card, because for some reason your 2 beat a 6, and that's great.
So
and
it's no Gwent.
Nah, yes. I was just talking about Gwent the other day. I miss Gwent. Gwent's a great... How is that card game not printed? Gwent was great.
It has to be printed. It's not printed?
No. Why is that not on the shelves with Pokemon cards and stuff like
CD
that?
Projekt, there's some money for you.
Gwent was such a solid game too. Sorry, weird. I just love Gwent. But yeah, it's if you like Japanese RPGs, the turn-based thing, it's got the same systems. Not that I can remember. Vaccine versus data versus.
Oh no, I don't.
I didn't know. I can't remember that. It's weird to say that as a grown-up. Because, I can remember Pokemon types versus other Pokemon types, like it's nothing. You throw in another thing that isn't just rock, paper, scissors, and my mind goes, nope, I don't...
It is rock, paper, scissors, but they called it other stuff like...
Right, and I'm like, no.
Data virus, vaccine, and 3 other things.
And it is a little bit more complex, because it's your type, your attack type, and the version of your attack type or something.
Yes.
So you can do 4 times the damage if match
all of
it
those
up properly.
align.
Yeah, which is a lot of work to kind of realise, okay, this one's an electric auto-type vaccine.
Which is why, for the longest time, Pokemon's been, quote-unquote, winning.
Yes, agreed. It's that same thing.
They've kept it simple. So simple that a 7-year-old can play and understand.
Yes, but there are some complexities. Have you ever heard of Pokemon Showdown? It's kind of like I think it's web-based Pokemon. And that's really hard because you all your Pokemon are level 50 and you've got to plan all your ability types and your attack types and everything like that. It's supposed to it's kind of like the chess of Pokemon. And that's kind of really complex. A game that I don't touch because there are just far too many smarter Pokemon people than I am.
I see.
But I do agree, the dumbing, the Pokemon system is so ingrained in our brains now.
Yes.
There's just an easement into getting into those games, right? There's no difficulty.
I also think that's why by far most people prefer Pokemon, because it's just easier to understand.
It is. But,
fire beats grass.
But it's such a complex thing because does that mean we're kind of slowly destroying critical thinking, though? Because we all know that fire beats grass and water beats rock and rock beats birds or flying or what the hell they are. And now they got, mega evolutions and giant ones for some reason. I don't really know what that mechanic does.
Giga?
Is it Giga? Gigantamax? I can't remember.
Something
They're
like
big
that.
now
Anyway,
for some reason.
Anyway.
But yeah, there is complexity to this game, which you don't really fully need to understand because you kind of will get through it just by brute force alone and a bit of grinding, because that's what I did. But the gameplay's fun. The gameplay, like I said, as a bundle, the story, gameplay, visuals, audio, it does get you there. You are going to, you're going to sit down for 1 hour and then play 6 because, this story happened and I need to know what happened to Shellmon and there's a big shark about to kill everyone. And kind of like the stakes are kind of there too, because we are talking about death. Death does happen in this game. And Digimon alike. Digimon die. And they feel mournful. And
yeah, it's mature. There are mature themes. There's a mature narrative.
Right.
It is fun and flashy. You're a bad secret agent.
Yeah.
And you've got a cool outfit. So there is some nice contrast between this is a fun video game and also complex, mature themes.
Yes. No. And that's what keeps you through. This is kind of like a... underlying hit. I hope it's a hit. I hope it sells loads because people.
I hope so, and I think it will.
Yeah, and people listening to the podcast, if you haven't played it yet, it is very much one just give it a go. It's like you really should. But anyway, anything else gameplay wise?
No, we can go on to performance.
Performance. What did you think?
I think it's got some stable performance with smooth frame rates across platforms. I didn't have any bugs myself.
I saw one thing, and I don't know. It very much reminded me of Pokemon Violet and Scarlet. Sometimes the draw distances, when you could see Digimon, their frame slowed down.
Oh, okay.
Right, there was this big, toad-like thing with trumpets on his shoulders, and he's in the town square playing music and rocking back and forwards. And then when I went back and then looked over that same scene, you could really see
5 frames per second.
You're right, yeah, it's like a metronome, just like...
Whoa.
And that was, again, I'm being very kind of a stickler, but I was a stickler for Pokemon 2, so it only seems fair. Yeah. But you could noticeably see the slowdown in the distance, and there's not really much reason why. This isn't Elden Ring level of gaming and stuff like that. You know, there's... I don't know. Again, I'm being fussy, but that was about it. That's like the only real problem I saw.
Okay. Yeah, no, I can see that. I didn't get that myself because I think the performance on mine was a bit stable. What were your load times long or short? Mine was short.
Yeah, mine was short. I can't remember anything dramatic in the waiting up and then trying to get in game and stuff. There's no multiplayer feature in this game, which I can't remember if that was true for the other ones.
I don't think so. This is a very single-player focused experience.
Yes, which again with games today, that doesn't seem to be an avenue many of them go down. But yeah, I'm trying to remember. There was a Colosseum in one of them, but I don't think it was online. I think it was just CPU based. But yeah, okay. So granted, if you like multiplayer Digimon playing, I guess you're missing out slightly on here. But performance-wise, it was just that issue. Everything else was kind of fun, smooth, quick. You know, everything you want in a game.
Great.
What do you think about value for money then?
I think this is some good value for your money. This is some bang for your buck.
Yeah, like I said, this game, I must be 12 hours in. And I'd probably say not even halfway through yet.
No, I can totally imagine. I don't know, I'd spitball this between 40 to 50 hours.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised. The other games weren't short. Cyber Sleuth and Hacker's Memory, they were also kind of lengthy games in their own right.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're getting a lot of hours in there. If you like your collecting of Digimon and unlocking them, which has been made easier now. There's not that silly API system that was kind of aggravating to do. So you should be able to fill your Digidex, or whatever it's called, a lot faster now, if that's your type of thing. It is $70, which is... I think it's horrible to say, but the normal price of games kind of at the moment.
No, don't say that. You're right, it is, but I still don't like it. I think 70 is loads of money.
But by all accounts, a nice caveat to that is that Bandai games very often go on sale. They do not shy away from whacking it on Steam sales, on PlayStation sales. You'll always see it. I think you can get Hacker's Memory like $8-10 now. And if you look through all of Bandai games, they always put it on sale. So if $70 is a little too steep for you now, just keep an eye on it. They will go on sale. Bandai Namco is not a company that shies away from getting a quick sales boost by knocking it down, unlike Pokemon.
Even so, while I'm very hesitant for the $70 price tag. You do get your bang for your buck for this.
You do, as I said.
You get the whole collectathon thing. There are side content that feels meaningful. Lore and stuff that helps. And what I really like is this game doesn't have any microtransactions.
That's very true, actually. It's weird you say that now. I was just trying to think about it, but you're right. A couple things on the Steam store that you can buy outfits and a Black Argumon and a Black Goblimon. I don't know if you need those to fill the Digidex out, which is kind of annoying if that's true. If you were like just missing like 2 and you have to buy them. But yeah, no microtransactions. It's such a weird thing to qualify as a gaming
sucks
choice.
That is now a plus point.
Yeah, I know. It's like people are genuinely scared of what Call of Duty is going to come out like. Is that just going to be just a microtransaction mess? Because let's face it, those types of games kind of are. But no, there is value. I think there's value for it. It's kind of like an old Digimon game that you like that's just digivolved to something that now you'd play.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It is that in kind of a nice little bow.
It is, because these games are supposed to be getting better, which Pokemon hasn't been doing.
That's true. No, exactly right.
So it's just
I
nice
think you're right.
Actually see a franchise getting better. Think
you could be right. I think there's a lull in Pokemon, and Digimon might actually be putting a push to kind of...
if they were smart.
Yeah, I kind of hope that's true. I'd love just to see it. Here's hoping. This game is worth people buying and playing and gifting for Christmas and all the things that are coming in its way. So, on that note, what did we score this bad boy then?
Our scores for Digimon Story Time Stranger, unfortunately, were part of a big catastrophic apocalyptic event in the Shinjuku Inferno.
Nice.
Which sucks. So they all made it to the top of the government building to find a big Digimon god being smacked by another Digimon god. All of them got nuked to hell except for one score who made it out as the letter grade rating of B-, which feels right.
Which is great because it's the same score we gave Borderlands 4. Which is
good game.
A good game. Hell is Us.
Good
also
game. Hell is Us.
Score.
Great game.
Mafia
B- is a great score. I doubt any new Pokemon game would get to B- out of Us.
Oh yeah, I think you're exactly right. I hope. I'm kind of a Pokemon fan. We both grew up with it. I know you've got your cartridge of Pokemon Blue there. So we there's a part of us that is skeptical, but we kind of want it to. You know, we want to know that the next Pokemon game is actually fantastic. Right? Of course. We want to hear that. We want to go, wow, thank God it's back. It's back. You get to share it with your kids, everybody else. You know, I get the nostalgia of playing a good Pokemon game again. So we're not like being rude to Pokemon, but it's a fact they have dropped off a bit. They are in a lull which they don't seem to be coming out of.
No, neither do they care.
No, that's the problem. You're absolutely right. That's the frustrating thing about it. It's like they don't care about something so important to so many people.
Exactly. That's the same lull Call of Duty's been in.
Yes.
And if Call of Duty's taking this dip, as it seems like they are, they're going to need to do something in the next couple of years to get back up.
Yeah, it's also fun to see the other side of the ladder. I can only imagine you've heard of the game Mega Bonk. Which is no. Where have I know you've got 4 kids.
What's Mega Bonk?
It's you know Vampire Survivors, right? The original little 2D. Mega Bonk is like that, but a 3D based one where you have to. It's massive, and the problem is it's sold. It's got like 100 and something thousand consecutive users on Steam. Ooh. It's sold millions of copies out of nowhere, like just social media advertising.
I'm gonna have to go check that out after we finish here.
It's $10. Let me just point that out. It's $10.
Of course it is.
Which is such a lovely little balance to the $80 argument and all the other things. Yeah. So hopefully it's balancing out to some degree. We'll see in the future, but it's great to see. So my B-, good game. It is genuinely a good game.
Good game.
Weird to say it. We just should.
Thank you for checking out this week's episode of the Critical Arcade podcast. We did it. Another Digimon game.
Right. It is funny. We're actually smiling at the end of this one. God knows what's going to be next.
I'm glad. Digimon deserves to be celebrating a good game release.
Yes, and yes, it is good to see. And like I said, I used to watch the anime. I played the games on the Nintendo DS, both World and Dawn and Dusk, or what they were called. So it makes me smile, just the inner child of me seeing a game, and it's coming back. Hopefully it's coming back strong. Yeah. This game is good.
It is good.
I know we keep glazing it, but it's just a fact.
Yeah, if you enjoyed Digimon Story Time Stranger and Critical Arcade, please go ahead and give us a like, thumbs up, share, comment, and subscribe and follow. I'm running out of verbs.
There's got to be lots of verbs, like young verbs.
I think there's got to be tons. One verb you should not be doing to Dave is follow. Dave, where can we follow you?
Well, you can find me out and about, but I have found a very sacred, mysterious spot in the space and time continuum that only houses Numamon. Do you know what a Numamon is? Yes.
The booger one, yes.
The little slug buggers that just throw their crap at you.
But also, hell no.
All their attacks are just poop related. Quick poop, mature poop, mega poop. Every single one of them. I know it's like a juvenile kind of joke, but every single one of their attacks involve a turd in some way, which child me thinks is hilarious. Adult me thinks is Oh god, it's the crap one again. Like, can you go? But I found their homeland. It's this big, nice, smelly space full of cheese and poop and weirdly beans. A lot of bling by all accounts and beans. So I will keep you there and I will lock you there. I have managed to befriend the purple-haired girl in the time-space continuum theater. See what I did there? I remembered. And I will lock you in there indefinitely for I guess, poop fights. I don't really know what goes in there, but it can't be good.
Hell no! I will not be following you, Dave.
Exactly.
But rather, what can we expect next week?
Well, next week, this is actually quite funny because I mentioned in the last game before this that you shouldn't trust deserts and you should stay away from deserts. And yet, the next game that the list gave us, All Hail the List.
All Hail the List.
It's fundamentally quite a chill desert in a lot of its gameplay. And we get to play the indie classic now. Now, granted, I don't think Nick's played it, but I certainly have. We get to play Journey, kind of like the Zen sand surfing guy who goes...
nun person. I've not played Journey, but that's because I skipped the entire PS4 generation.
Makes sense. That was that kind of era. You're gonna like it because it's so chill.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna like it as well.
You have so many kids. You're going to enjoy just the aspect of like, whoa, this is actually a really calm.
Ooh, this is chill.
Slow ride, right? No, it's a good game. I look forward to reviewing it and seeing your views on it and sharing it with everyone. Yeah,
Same.
It's going to be a good
and
time.
if you want to check in on us reviewing Journey, check in next week, and we'll see you then. Cheers.
Cheers.